Well, after giving it much thought, taking to heart the customer's needs
bullshit?
and wants,
See, now that's some bullshit.
the legendary Cracker Barrel is going back to its old logo.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
I'm Jazz Borganzo on this, because it had nothing to do with backlash,
No!
a woke CEO,
No!
or her taste for Skittles.
Wait a minute.
But it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Borganzo, what's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Wednesday. Wow, that didn't last too long, did it? What am I talking about? Cracker Barrel, the legendary eatery, southern eatery, great food, great atmosphere, over decades, decided to change its logo. Why? Because the CEO felt that, we needed a refresh. We need to change some things, get it up to date for modern audiences. Modern audiences would be a woke CEO who likes the taste of Skittles. But we've already seen that. What's new is that it's going back to its old logo because it loves its customers so much. It was heartfelt. They thought about it, intensely, and they took their time, and it was just needed to be done. Because it had nothing to do with backlash or anything like that, or even Trump decided to, step into the fray and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, you guys are a bunch of dummies. You need to go back to the logo because you guys have gone up royally. And here we go. This coming from John Nolte. Cracker Barrel puts out damage control statement, does not vow to end grooming. What? Reeling from the well-deserved blowback against a soulless redesign, Cracker Barrel released a corporate statement titled Our Promise to You, but made no promise to stop hosting gay pride events that include little kids. Gee, just when you thought they were making some progress. Like this one. On behalf of Cracker Barrel's Alphabet Alliance and DEIB team, I don't know what that is, we want to celebrate you for being you. It's our greatest mission to ensure that pleasing people means all people. Alphabet and Pride Month each June is an important time to reflect on the Stonewall riots that began in June of '69, invoking activists to demand change of the alphabet community in America. Along with ensuring educational resources and inclusive practices, diversity, equity, are upheld in every day. Cracker Barrel will also be returning to the Nashville Pride and our Out and Equal Workplace Advocates Conference. There are many ways we can encourage bringing your authentic self to work. Cracker Barrel painted its iconic rocking chairs with the colors of course, the alphabet and Skittles, and probably posted photos of little kids attending the event. How nice. These should be for 18 and older events only. Fact. Quote, what's not changed is what will never change is read the Promise to You statement, are the values that this company was built on when Cracker Barrel first opened its doors in 1969. No, it had nothing to do with the alphabet. It had to do with Southern cooking. But anyway, it's just me. Really? Because I'm pretty sure the outside involving children in these events, the idea of narcissistic self-worship and encouraging your, quote, authentic self has zero to do with the founding values of Cracker Barrel, gay, straight, whatever. If you want to encourage actual accomplishment, please do, but encourage your authentic self in engaging its narcissistic intellectual fluff. Of course, if Cracker Barrel would be true to its founding values, it would never hire a leftist woman in black glasses, Sally Jesse Raphael glasses. Holy cow, I couldn't get that out. Yeah, for all you old heads out there, to become its CEO. What I wrote yesterday bears repeating. If you give a boy a G.I. Joe action figure, he will become G.I. Joe. He will take Joe into danger on heroic adventures. If you give a girl a G.I. Joe, instead of becoming G.I. Joe, she will turn G.I. Joe into a version of her. Joe will go shopping, attend tea parties, and make Malibu Barbie's dreams come true. Men and women are different. They just are. Yes, I'm generalizing, but biology is biology. Facts. And this is why so many women CEOs ruin our institutions. Yes, women CEOs ruin institutions. He said it, and I'm doubling down on it. Instead of becoming part of the institution, admiring what made it great, and building on that, they turn it into institutions that idealized version of themselves. Look at Star Wars, NPR, Bud Light. That's not to say women can't lead. Of course they can. We see proof of this every day in the Trump administration. But you give yourself a narcissistic leftist full power, man or woman, it will become a disaster. And when the disaster will be queering and feminizing of everything, even Indiana Jones. Yes, the legendary Indiana Jones himself. Yeah. There's no question CEO of Cracker Barrel freaking hates Cracker Barrel and its customer base, and does so in the exact same way Lucasfilm CEO Kathleen Kennedy hates Star Wars and its fan base. Hiring leftist women to run your company is like hiring someone to hate your kids to babysit your kids. My thoughts. Well said by John. Exactly. When you hire these Karens to run your businesses, they're going to run it right into the fucking ground. They're going to mirror it as themselves. You know, who cares about Star Wars? Who cares about the millions of fan bases out there? Who cares that they buy the merch, they go to the movies? Who cares about all that? We want strong women. Yes, we want overpowered women who know nothing about the Force, can pick up a lightsaber, can fly the Millennium Falcon, and what is your problem? Are you a sexist? Well, and of course we have the Marvelized MCU, but we're not going to go into that because we've done enough. You know, we beat them enough up. Oh, we can always beat them up more later. Anyway, when it comes to the CEO of Cracker Barrel, the CEO is a clown. She's a fool. She's a moron, a buffoon. She does hate its customer base. She does hate the Southern way that Cracker Barrel is. But then again, Cracker Barrel put themselves in this position by hiring her in the first place. If you don't hire trash, you're not going to get trash. So luckily, there was enough blowback. There was enough pushback. There was enough backlash. There was enough smacking her around in memes and what have you, and including Donald Trump stepping in at the last moment for her to say, yeah, you know what? We fucked up. We fucked up royally. Yeah, we fucked our customers over. Yeah, we need to go back. Now, just because you got the logo back, does the refresh go back as well? You know, I honestly, I've been to enough Cracker Barrels to know that it's kind of dark. You know, the brown on brown doesn't kind of quite work in 2025. You know, I don't mind lightening it up, you know, brightening up the atmosphere a little bit, you know, updating the menus. I got no problem with that. But leave the fucking logo alone. It's bad enough we had those, like Uncle Ben's get smacked. Aunt Jemima got smacked. Bud Light gets smacked. I mean, how many more, you know, oh, did I forget the Land O'Lakes girl? You know, she got smacked as well. Yeah, we need to put them all back on their products because that would be true justice. And then again, when it comes to nostalgia, leave it the alone. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.